sitting on the limb of a tree, giving me a sound of sweet melody. I guess he's trying to tell me something that I should know about this new wind, a new wind that's gonna blow. It's the raining of the heathen coming down on my people, taking the goodness of life.
Dr. Cheryl Chung on reggae2reggae.com. Dr. Cheryl Chung on reggae2reggae.com.
Hi, today is CelebrateLife.me and it is Friday. And guess what? We don't say that when it's Friday. We say it's Celebration Day because it's the day when we are going to just concentrate on enjoying this journey. And remember, we are here with you on reggae2reggae.com. And today and the whole of this week, we have been doing Who Am I? And so I just love to celebrate, and my favorite celebratory clothes is leather. So today I'm in my leathers. Bike is not yet licensed. So hopefully in another week, you'll be seeing me not on the bicycle, but on the motorbike. So until we get there, it's just a little bit more of who I am. Express yourself. Don't ever let anybody push you into a mold, because guess what? The mold that you were pushed into is broken and thrown away, because you are one of a kind. And there will never, ever be anyone quite like you. And because I got on leather today, I have to make sure that my fan is in the right position, which it is not, so that I don't start dripping wet. Today, we are concluding the week of Who Am I? Nice. Wonderful, wonderful. But this fat look like a leaning tower pizza. Boy, back around, please. Back around. All right. Yeah. I have to get it so that my hair is blowing in the wind. Anyway, just ignore that part, please. Here we are, and yesterday was a fabulous show. I watched it, and I thought to myself, so much pivotal pieces of information were shared yesterday. I hope you can really put them into practice and benefit from it, because we really understood our contribution to how we can really become who we were created to be without any problem. And today we're concentrating on what? Enjoying the ride. So, I want to do a little synopsis of yesterday because it was such an important thing. It spoke about what should I do? What is my contribution? And we always want to know what I must do. It's not about doing. It's about backing off from the doing and just resting. So we always have to start resting in His presence, getting the direction and the empowerment and everything that we need to really move ahead. And then after that, we can move from returning unto your Creator, resting in your Creator, rejuvenating in your Creator, and recovering everything that was stolen way back in the past. And so that yesterday was such an exciting program for me, because I was able to revisit those things. I was able to reinforce them in my mind. And I'm here to tell you now, the only way to keep these things in the forefront of your mind so that it becomes a part of your action continuously is to just repeat it over and over and over. Because one of our problems as human beings is that we forget. Look how many times the unbelievable things have been done on your behalf. And instead of remembering them when you get into another problem, what happens? You forget it totally and go on like you never see miraculous things happen to you before. So let us remind ourselves over and over and over again so that we always have in the forefront of our minds the fact that our Creator, the writer of this book, is always rolling us down to say that we are operating in spirit and in truth. And when he sees that, he does a little dance over us. And then, added to that, he comes and he looks around to see whenever we have our back against the wall and all sorts of things coming against us, he looks for the opportunity to show himself strong on our behalf. So guess what? Count it all joy. Be joyful with excitement anytime something face you. Like some are facing me today. I don't know how I managed to get here. You notice I'm late. But a lot of challenges. But guess what? When your back is against the wall and you have unsurmountable challenges, no, like you know, like I know, that he will come and show himself strong on my behalf, and I will gone clear sailing. So that was yesterday, and today we are going to look at all the different ways we are going to embrace this. And who am I? And we want to start from, there is a place in here, I think it's somewhere in Matthew. That's the first book of the New Testament, chapter 13, verse 33, 1333, 1333, 1333, right? That's how you remember it. That's how I remember it anyway. And it says that I must be like the yeast. This woman, she got 3 measures of yeast. It's a whole, if I can feed about 100 people. And you know what she did with it? She just put the yeast in there. And that's what we are supposed to do. We are supposed to influence the food, the spiritual food, the psychological food, and the physical food of everybody in this world so that it can be therapeutic. We must affect everybody. And that is what we are called to be, yeast. And when you are yeast, you know that you are going to have an effect, not just on yourself first, but on your family next, then on your purpose, which is to influence and to be a disciple in the Great Commission, going out like an eagle, like a horse, you know, that's mine, and like a warrior, and like, oh my goodness, ambassador, all those other things, to carry out this Great Commission as a soldier. I am one in the army, and I am here to tell you, is when in this army, you don't have to wait for the whole platoon, you know, to decide that you're going to do something or challenge something big. You and one another is enough to do it. You and God alone. So when you really get it to be God alone, it ends up to be not even you and God alone. It does end up to be God and God alone. Are you gone clear? So look here, be anxious for nothing, but you know what to do. So be yeast that levels the whole lump. What is the lump? The lump is wherever you are. Your whole family must be influenced by you. Your whole organization, your whole school, your whole workplace, your whole community, your whole country, your whole world. Whatever you are a part of, but you have to start with your yourself. And we spoke about all. You cannot influence yourself effectively if you don't give all. So that's the first step. Give it all. Then after that, you have the relationships in the right hierarchy. Remember we spoke about it? First, it must be your creator. Then your family, and within the family, it's your parents first, then your siblings. If you're married, it reverse role, and it is your spouse first, then the children. If you ever put the children before your spouse or anything else in the hierarchy, dog, eat your supper. That's right. Everything turned upside down. Moving right along. So we need to know that we have to influence them whole lump. We are yeast. And I'm here to tell you, whether you accept this concept or not, you have no choice. You are influential. If you do nothing, you're influential. If you do something, you're influential. If you do good, you're influential. If you do bad, you are just as influential. So the fact that you cannot be not influential, if you lock up yourself in your house and you never come out for the next 50 years, you are influential. Because everybody has a sphere of influence. You all come together as a common people. Because if 5 people don't do this and 5 people do this, then we have a balance of one almost knocking out the other, counteracting the other, cancelling out the other. So you have influence, whether it is an active influence or a passive influence. You know what those two is. Whether you do it or you don't do it, you have influence. And it's the same amount of weight. And talking about same, remember what we spoke about when we did that thing about time? Everybody has the same amount of time. 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, X number of days or weeks in a month. 4 point whatever. But guess what? If you don't utilize your time, that is where you can decide whether you are making the best use. It's all about what you do with your time. Right? So, the 2 things we're going to be looking at are embracing and celebrating my destiny through embracing and celebrating God's power to love. And that is all we have to celebrate and embrace. God's power to love. Because if you recognize and embrace His power to love you, then you will be able to love everybody else. And if you love everybody else, then they can't push you, they can't pull you, they can't irritate you. Whatever you love is what is going to energize you. It is going to give you what you need to be whole. Fill those places and those things that are not complete. And that is how last night I had a dinner party at my house. Oh my God, I had a wonderful time till 6 o'clock. And I think I finished that minutes to 11. A dinner party. But guess what? We had together 6 wonderful souls. Oh my God. Hi, Marie and housewife. Hi, Michael. Hi. Who else was there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Shirley, Dr. Shirley and Reverend Maria. All right, and listen to me. Talk about kindred souls. Oh my goodness, we shared so many of our experiences and what was happening in the past and what was happening to us in the present. And we laugh and we eat and we eat and we eat. Good food, so you could You can pick out on my food, but it don't have any negative effects, right? And we had a wonderful time. And I entertain like this constantly, several times a week. And I love it because guess what? You have to interact with others and you have to supply. And I was just talking to, Mike when I was driving down here, and he said, "Paul, sure, we had a wonderful time last night." And we had all these ages. The oldest one there was about 70 odd. And then we had 68, and then 65, and then 64 and a half, and then 2 youngsters. I don't know where they are. I don't know, they're probably just 60 and 50 something. But this is it. We were dressed to post foot, and we were enjoying ourselves. Going for a break. And when we come back, we'll get into the nuts and bolts of celebrating who I am. On Celebrate Life, coming to you on reggae.com.
Since the first public demonstration of radio by Nikola Tesla in 1893, no one ever thought of putting the 2 hours of music together until we created reggae2reggae.com.
Are you struggling with some kind of health condition? Is it arthritis, high blood pressure, Crohn's disease, constipation, AIDS, cancer? Whatever it is, we can show you how to get your natural defenses up so that your bodies will deal with your condition. Join us as our studio audience on reggae2reggae.com when we will teach you how to celebrate every moment of your life. Call us at 336-7350 for information. Limited space.
On reggae2reggae.com, we encourage our listeners with an inclusive, intelligent, and innovative alternative media experience.
Dr. Cheryl Chung on reggae2reggae.com. Dr. Cheryl Chung on reggae2reggae.com. Dr. Cheryl Chung on.
Here am I, draining the glass. See it here? During the break, I had my green shake. Wow. That's what 12 o'clock drink. It's the only age I am because I'm just having my 12 o'clock drink. But guess what? You know it, right? Better late than never. It's never too late to do it right. Never too late. I remember what I did yesterday. Recover. You know what recover mean? Go back and get back all the things that happened way back in Egypt. Remember what happened to the children of Israel? Then get all the riches of the people in Egypt to carry with them. Everything they take forever, 1 generation plus. So listen to me. Everything is redeemable. You better understand that. Nobody take a look here too late. You know, I have people coming to my center, a cancer center. Look at Batman, sure. I have people coming to my cancer center. It's not a cancer center, it's a lifestyle center. And I remember this lady came in, 2 days to live, on a stretcher from KPH going comatose. I said to her family, they are bringing this lady into my house from out of an ambulance. I said, why are you bringing her here? She said she's not going home. The doctors tell her she have 2 days, she must spend it with her family. So she better go home. She says, no, and not going home. Take me up to Mr. Earl Chong. Well, my dear, here comes the ambulance with the orderlies taking this lady in our stretcher. And I'm saying, oh my goodness, I don't think I have been faced with one of these before. And the family member who was with her says, she wants to die here. You know, I said, just allow her to die here. And I'm saying, she ain't dying here. She's not dying here. What is wrong? Triple cancer. Brain, ovaries, and liver. I said, Father God, you are the great physician. Because nothing I study and nothing I know can deal with this. Well, he just said to me, stop poisoning her. He says, stop poisoning her. Because everything she has been taking in has been weakening her immune system. And so her immune system has not been able to jumpstart and start healing her. I says, good. So nothing to eat for one day, just juices, green juice and yellow juice and red juice, beet, carrot and carrot. And every time she opened her eyes, she just get a straw. I said, suck, sweetie, suck. And she just go. And then she closed her eyes again. And that went on for 24 hours. We all retired for the night. She had a nurse sitting by her bedside in case she expired during the night. And she slept. And the next morning, she opened her eyes and says, where is Mr. Chung? I said, please, Mr. Chung hasn't seen her yet, you know. But everybody was so attached to my late husband. She just opened her eyes and said, where is Mr. Chung? And I noticed that she was quite revived. So I said, would you like to sit up? And she said, sure. She swung her foot over the edge of the bed and sit up on the edge of the bed. I said, thank you, Lord. You are the healer. Because I could not take no credit for that. But that was a principle that we had been taught in our lifestyle center, that the first process of coming back into health has to do with stop poisoning yourself. That means stop bringing in any new toxins into your system. Breathe good air, get sunshine, drink pure water, and don't have anything that is not part of the healing diet. What is the healing diet? Everything that has its life force in it. That is everything that has a seed. We did that in our week, 3 weeks ago, when we did Achieving Physical Health. The whole week. And we're going to have this catalog on our website so that you can go back and look at specific situations. So, there it is, she's sitting on the edge of the bed. And I said, well, we need a wheelchair. And we just lifted her, put her on the wheelchair. And she was wheeled around for the day. The next day, the lady turned up. And the rest is history. In 5 weeks, she went back to the hospital. When she walked in, of course, everybody thought it was a ghost or her twin sister. No trace of cancer. 5 weeks. Did I do it? Let me tell you something. You see, in this book, it has every remedy. And when you line yourself up with your spirit, with spirit and truth, remember we were talking about that yesterday? Spirit and truth, then I don't have to come up with it. It's going to come up in your own spirit. What is best for you? And every time you ask a question, you are going to be answered with the truth out of this. So we have to learn to understand that we can depend on every word. The biggest word in here says, He sent His word to heal us. And you can decide whether you want to follow it or not. Your choice. Anytime you hear my humanity give me all these doubts, where I say, oh my goodness, this one is impossible. What should I do? I says, Lord, I believe. Help all my unbelief. Because plenty times, we have those little unbeliefs in here because of something that happened to us before and something that's going on now, and what we see and what we hear and what we smell and what we speak and the stupid things that we do. So let's just get rid of that stuff. I didn't have any doubt, because guess what? He could not heal anywhere that there was doubt or unbelief. Couldn't heal. And that is the only time he could not heal. And so whenever you are faced with a situation where you see the healing not happening, check out the Lord. And just use my little provision. You have all the little provision here to make for all of my weaknesses. You know what I do? I have them just line outside. Anytime I drop down into this one, I just pull out that one. This is the one I use for this. Lord, I believe. Help no matter. Because you know the little areas in there that I have a little doubt because of what happened the last time. Remember, we were talking about the fact that He heals every time. And nothing happens to you. But as a result of the fact that you never listen to the promptings and the warnings, there is no human being that can say that that is not true. Every one of us remember. After we drop down, my mind did tell me I shouldn't be there. Or I had a gut feeling. Remember, those are the two places that the spirit emanates from. The reproductive area and the mind. Out of it comes the issues of life. You like my nails? Yeah, man, I'm just coming from busy. Went there this morning. Hi, busy. I was helping her get her computer together. And I'm here today. I wanted to tell you about this. I went to busy this morning to get my nails done. And my toes, I've not seen my toes today. And so here I am at busy doing my things. And I'm telling her about my show. And she says, I don't know how to get on. And furthermore, I got this new computer, and on it is this new thing called Windows 8. And everybody says it's the hardest one. All the man who sent me the computer and trying to show me said it's the hardest one. Beautiful. Go to Busy. She's great. And so I said to her, bring it. You have heard a lot of people say it's not user friendly, it's hard to get this. And I open the computer. Me not take it. They have problems with anything, download it, upload it, what have you. But I'm learning, right? I have a good teacher over there in Florida. And so I'm learning. So I take up the computer and I say, I can do all things. Creator, lead me into all truth. And I open it. I said, how you start? She said, press that thing. I press that thing. Boom. And listen to me. Oh, and all of a sudden, I goes up. Boom. Boom. I said, the thing come out, so a bar. I said, type reggae to reggae.com. I said, where is the thing that she said? Must go send. She said, that's the arrow over there. Press the arrow. And I just see something goes up. Look up. Reggae to reggae.com come right up on the screen. She said, how you getting there so fast? I said, oops, it is there. I said, all right now, just go to video lane. Because what was highlighted was live stream, which means what is on was coming on. And in fact, I saw somebody on, looked like a female DJ or something, doing a thing there. And I said, wow, that's not me. I said, well, go to videos over in the little box where you have the chat and you stream or something like that. And then you go to that and you click on videos. And voila, you see, celebrate life, celebrate life, celebrate life, celebrate life, celebrate life. And you just click on it. It tells you which one. Click on the one that says 22 hours ago. And we got yesterday's program. Click. And I just said the arrow go, and here I was on screen yesterday. So, guess what? There is nothing that is too hard. Not that you can't do when you just pull out those resources that are inside of you. I get a download, but not tell you about it. We're going to a break. Be right back.
Since the first public demonstration of radio by Nikola Tesla in 1893, no one ever thought of putting the 2 R's of music together until we created Reggae2Reggae.com. On Reggae2Reggae.com, we encourage our listeners with an inclusive, intelligent, and innovative alternative media experience.
Are you struggling with some kind of health condition? Is it arthritis, high blood pressure, Crohn's disease, constipation, AIDS, cancer? Whatever it is, we can show you how to get your natural defenses up so that your bodies will deal with your condition. Join us as our studio audience on Reggae2Reggae.com when we will teach you how to celebrate every moment of your life. Call us at 336-7350 for information. Limited space.
On Reggae2Reggae.com. Dr. Sheril Chung on Reggae2Reggae.com. Dr.
We're back with you. And today we're doing Who Am I? It's the last of the Who Am I series, which is all week coming down. And today we are doing rule number 4. Remember, when we look at celebrate life, we have 4 rules of celebrating life. The first one is know where you're going, having goals and objectives. 2, know who your driver is. You must have those principles and empowerment behind you to know who is taking you there. And 3, pay as you enter, which was yesterday. You can't get on this journey and decide that you're just going to take. You have to make your contribution. You have to know what your responsibilities are. We looked through that yesterday. It was really wonderful. Because guess what? We don't have to just work over anything and contribute. No. You have to take gifts and contribute back to gifts. Isn't that wonderful? So you don't want to say, I don't have no money to pay as we enter. Anything you want to pay, it's yours for the asking. So you can afford to pay. And then today we're doing enjoy the journey. And so we went and looked at how we can enjoy the journey. First of all, the journey is one where we have to influence everybody that we come into contact with. Not that we have to influence. We do influence everybody. And so you have to decide, what is this influence going to be? Is it going to be a positive influence or is it going to be a negative influence? Oh, it's your choice. And so you have to decide, how am I going to influence those persons who I interact with. Okay? So, you gotta be yeast, and you are yeast. You influence everything around you, for the good or for the bad. So, if you have that influence and you have a choice whether you have it or not, then you got to use it for your betterment, for the betterment of the whole kingdom. That's right. So, moving on from that, you need to understand that you have got to embrace and celebrate your destiny. How? Through embracing and celebrating the power of God's love. Embracing it means that you have learned to accept it for yourself. And celebrating has to do with your letting everybody know the wonderful time you can have if you embrace God's love and its power. And remember, love is the foundational power for everything. Because everybody knows 1 Corinthians 13, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, I am nothing. That's verse number 1. The last one says, there remain faith, hope, charity, but the greatest of these is charity. That's the last verse. So we all learned it in school. Or we should have. I learned it in school, And so I know it. I know what to do. I know how to use it. I know it is the foundation. So the power of love is that is the foundation on which everything else is built. And so that is why this operations manual says anything that is not based on love is not going to fly. So all those people have them big plan and them have their operations in place and everything, and it's based on greed. That's why certain foreign exchange things never fly, because it was based on greed by the very people who should have been preaching against greed. That's why it never fly. More on that later down when we do financial freedom. But today we look at who am I? You can't get no financial freedom if you don't know who you are. So let's concentrate on this now. Let the main thing be the main thing. Because you can't make money if you don't know who you are. Okay? Because that is the basis on which you can make money. When you realize that you are the head and not the tail, you are blessed going in, you're blessed coming out. Goodness and mercy just are running down all the days of your life. You got favor, you got grace, you are in a preferred position, you got mercy. Oh my goodness. You don't want to make money. So you need to understand who you are first. But if you go down and say, me don't have no education, me don't have this, me don't have that, so me can't make no money, me have to do this work. I went to a church. And you know what I hear them preach? I won't tell them churches. Come pepper them off, good and proper. You know what I'm saying? With education and Jesus Christ, you can do anything. We say, how did education come into this, please? It don't. Me not going to get education, I'm a perpetual student. If you ever know how much degree program, you know that I'm doing my bare name. Right? Because I just love to study. I'm a researcher. But it have nothing to do with education. When you put your all, 100%, in the service of a Creator. Then education or no education, you can get honorary PhD from your school. So guess what? All of my friends who have all these honorary doctorates, pick them up. A lot of people say, it's an honorary doctorate, and study for it. I say, not study for it. I say, guess what? Him live for it. That's how you get it. And everybody who has been honored by a doctorate, which them didn't study for, way above those who studied for it, because they have put whatever knowledge they have into practice and proven that it can come out the way it's supposed to come out. That is what the honorary doctorate is awarded for. So let me tell you something. You out here who have honorary doctorate, I'm gonna make nobody downplay your doctorate, because it is where the rubber meets the road. And knowledge is not knowledge, or should I say, information is not knowledge. Information becomes knowledge when you put that information into practice successfully. Then that is when you can say, you know what I always say, that you know, like you know, like you know, like I know. Say it works. So that's what we are doing here on Celebrate Like Topic. I'm not telling you any theory. I am not telling you a theory or a theorem. I am telling you what has worked, where I have been, what I have done, what works, and what does not, so that you don't want to go down that road. Because it is not just your successes that you're taught by, but your failures. So, reward failure, celebrate success. Remember, well, that's not on the program, and I'm not going back to that, because I want to just use our last few minutes. It's not few, it's more than few, to look at what I said. You have to embrace the power of love, right? God's power to love by acceptance of yourself and acceptance of others. Unconditional acceptance. That's what love is. Not trying to change them. And it says here, stop trying to change me. And that's what everybody on the wall is criticize. Stop trying to change. And start to treasure me. Ooh, cherish the differences in your relationships. All of them. You know how you're different from your helper. You know how you're different from your mother. You know how you're different from your father. You know how you're different from every other person. You are different from every other human being created, because you are unique and you were made unique for a purpose. Consequently, learn to treasure those in your relationships. Learn to cherish those you interrelate with. And that's what happened last night when I had this dinner party. Oh my goodness, I went into my bed and I just thought about ruminate. And I remember when this one said so, and that one said B, this one said A, that one said B, that one said no, X, and this one said Z, and this one said P. And I said, oh my goodness, this is like what each joint supplies. Everybody came in there, and we all had our experiences that we were talking about, and that, I mean, conversation never stop over the table. You know. Soon as one started to take a break, another one come in, and it was wonderful. And at the end of the day, we were all enriched by what each joint supplied. And so we need to understand that this is how our relationships need to be. So when you find that soulmate that supplies everything that you have missing and everything that you need to be complete. You better hold on tight and stop criticize, okay? And recognize that you need to cherish those relationships because they are for purpose and they are for eternity. And that is why you have to learn to express unconditional love and acceptance to all your relationships because they are for eternity. You know, the eternal kind of love is called agape. It means that it does not change. It is God's love, the power to love from God. Because when you talk about real love, that's the only place I get the power to love from. Because anyhow you don't have that kind of love, then every time the person will rub you the wrong way, you vex and you are out of love. So remember, there are two different things, love, as God intended to be, and you have phileo and you have eros. And they're nice because, when you have phileo, this is your friend, we have so many things in common with, and you can do things with them. And you really they just synchronize and you think alike and brotherly love, filial. And then you have eros. That is the one that even the butterflies will tummy, and you're so soon. And lose control of yourself. And that is wonderful if it is added to the agape. So that when you think you fall out of love, you are still able to do what is best for them. But the biggest thing is, because put this in quick, before I go for the break. The biggest thing is when you can get all three together. The mercy, your life is in a place where, boy, you can't hold it back. It's like a horse gone away. But you have video, so that you have things in common and you can are able to appreciate all these things like brother or so on. And then you have eros. And you have like, oh, can't keep it. And then you have agape crowning over it. Oh my God, I've got to go for a break. Go for a break, please, Mr. Producer.
Since the first public demonstration of radio by Nikola Tesla in 1893, no one ever thought of putting the 2 hours of music together until we created Reggae2Reggae.com. On Reggae2Reggae.com, we encourage our listeners with an inclusive, intelligent, and innovative alternative media experience.
Yes.
Cheryl Chung on Reggae2Reggae.com. Dr. Cheryl Chung on Reggae2Reggae.com. Dr.
Well, I'm back here on SaveWithLife.me on Reggae2Reggae.com. And I have now regained my composure. So I'm sitting properly and I'm speaking properly. And I have regained my composure. So, how do I become who I am? Embracing God's love, the power to love, and just immersing yourself in those relationships so that it is a win-win situation all the time. It's all good. Now, acceptance of all those who are around you. And it starts by acceptance of God's love for me, which will bring acceptance of me and my love for me. And I'm telling you something. This is the hardest thing that I showed the busy work this morning. This is the hardest thing, to learn to accept your love for yourself. Because you know yourself, you know all the flaws, you know all the wrong things that you do. And very often it's just difficult. So guess what the key to that is? Getting together with the Creator every day. First thing in the morning. And when you do that, you know what happens? He will reinforce that. Oh, I love you. You are the apple of my eyes. You are engraved on the palm of my hand. I have you under my wings like a chick to the chicken. I think you are the best thing I have ever created for this time, in this season, for the purpose of blessing the whole human race. Once you start living, you're supposed to start with yourself. Then, moving on down the relationship hierarchy. Now, learning to love yourself is something you have to do every day. And it has to do with embracing the Creator's love and getting into that little closeted place with Him before day, every single day of your life. So He can reorient you and get rid of all the dysfunctionalities of yesterday, and so that you can just really move ahead. And you know, I'm getting stressed because this is not me. You know, so let me get back to the real me, yeah? And guess what? I just enjoy it. I just love it when I get into the place where my horses can't hold me and I'm ready rearing to go. Right? That's how I live my life. Right? I guess I just am one of those people who got too much of something, whatever, right? So accepting that love and accepting who I am with all my idiots and Christians. Remember we spoke about Asa yesterday, King Asa, and guess what? He never removed all the altars to the different gods out of the land. That's how he started his reign. He never removed them. And guess how he ended his reign? He had a sickness in his feet. And the word said clearly, he did not consult the Lord, but he went to the physicians and he died. That's how he started. And that's how he's finished. But right there in 2 Chronicles chapter 15, read it in verse 1 to 19. Do you know what it said? King Asa was committed to the Lord with his whole heart for all his life. Read it here because it's like I told yesterday. You know. It says King Asa did not remove the high places, but his heart was fully committed to the Lord all his life. That's what it says in Chronicles. And yet still he wasn't perfect. And so I can walk without any condemnation because I know my imperfections. They stare me into the face. But when I look into the mirror of God's, I see who I really am, who I was really created to be. And then, business when we see in a mirror, I am not concerned by what I see in the mirror. What I see with my eyes, what I smell with my nose, what I hear with my ears, what comes out of my mouth, which is not right sometimes, what I feel with my emotions, I am not concerned about those. Because those are the facts of reality. I simply take the truth of God's word and I superimpose it on top of that reality and create my own reality. You can do it. You can do it. And it does not mean you're mad. Unless you want to be mad for God. So, learn to superimpose who you were created to be on top of who you are at the present time. And the key is this, learn to call those things that are not as if they were until they become. Never stop it. I remember the situation that I was calling into being. Took me 20 years until I was just calling into being by road. And I said, so I'm going to get saved. You know that? I'm going to get saved. I'm going to get saved. Yeah, man. I'm going to get saved. Thank you, Lord, to save it. 20 years. And poof! Walk into this thing and say, this man saved and ministered, went away and started a ministry, a music ministry. So sit down there. It doesn't matter when. Because the when is not your situation. You know what you are responsible for. The how. Because you mustn't stop holding and calling that thing until you see it absolutely completed. That's when you can stop and move on to something else. So, I'm here to tell you, we have certain methodologies that we can use to get this celebration going continuously. Because, while you're calling things into being, you have the anticipation of it happening. So you can be excited about it and you can celebrate it because you know, like I know that it has to happen. Why? Because in God's timing, it has already happened. So if it has already happened, why are you anxious? Why are you depressed? Because it has already happened. And whatever comes in place in the middle to try and sidetrack you and stop you from talking that it is coming. Because remember the creative force of the mouth. You shall have what you say. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. And if you don't keep using it over and over, after a while, the power going to get less and less and less and less. And then it becomes totally ineffective. We can't allow that to happen. That's why I don't have osteoporosis. Because the process of age, plus all the junk things I used to have, like dairy products, when I was younger, one leach everything out of my bones. And guess what? I just decided I am not accepting that. And so instead of going down and slumping, I just rise up. And I rise up And I call those things that are not as if they were until they come. So you can do it too, you know. You can do it too. And I am here to tell you what's going to happen in there. Who am I? Why I can celebrate who I am. It's the power of God's love for me to accept that I am a wonderful person in the midst of my humanity. Oh yes. And I don't have to be perfect to recognize and celebrate who I am, because I know I'm getting there. Oopsie, I have 1 minute left. So guess what? You gotta get in front of that mirror and you gotta get the affirmation. How do I get? I know how to look for it. Let me tell you how the affirmation. Every time you get down, you go in front of the mirror. Put on your nicest outfits. Don't go in front of the mirror naked. It will depress you. Well, some of us. But just go in front of the mirror in the privacy of your bathroom or wherever you have a mirror, and you say, I am the best thing created by God for this time, in this season, in this environment, for the development of my personal self, my family, my purpose, my community, my church, my organization, my nation, and this whole world. I am a kingdom builder. I am a warrior. I am a stallion. And it's going to happen. Because it has already happened. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be doing tomorrow's Shabbat. And so we'll be doing our Shalom Shabbat program. Oh, did I tell you? Shabbat is my favorite day of the week. Because that is when I have to get back everything up. Goodbye from CelebrateLife.me on reggae to reggae.com tomorrow, 12 o'clock on the dot. See you there.
Cheryl Chung on reggae2reggae.com. Dr. Cheryl Chung on reggae2reggae.com. Dr. Cheryl Chung on reggae2reggae.com.
And when they're in that mirror, you see the little that they gave you was just to deceive you.